I've now attached the loom to the loom stand so we can work with it vertically. Now we're going to start warping the loom. We're going to put the mohair cord onto the buckles, and what we want to do is first find the center of the cord, which I've already done. I've marked it by tying some detail yarn right around the center there. And the way we tie the first knot is to hold the center of the cord right over that. Remember, we marked the center here, and it happens to be right where that wing nut is to hold the loom on the loom stand. So we hold the center of the cord right over the center of the span between the buckles, come up, and from left to right go behind the buckle tongue. Snug that up a little bit, see, so the tongue actually starts to lift away from the buckle just a little bit. Then right about 6 inches below the buckle, I'm going to put a clothespin on so that that doesn't slip one way or the other. While the clothespin's on, I'm going to lift the buckle off the loom, pull it out just a little bit so I can reach behind it. It's important not to come down too far with that because that'll slack up the rubber band and the other buckle will come off the loom. We just want to keep the tension there on the rubber band, reach around behind the buckle and pull that loop up and over the top of the buckle like that, then put it right back on the loom. Now we can tighten that knot up good and snug. Then we can take the rubber band off. Now this is the strand we want to work with, the one that has the middle. And we're going to tighten that, come down, go this time from right to left under the buckle tongue, and snug that up just enough to where the tongue starts to lift off the buckle. I'm going to clothespin that into place. And now we'll lift this one off and do the same thing. Pull down and back over the front. Now we're going to put it back onto the loom. And in doing so, we're tightening that knot pretty good. Finish tightening it by pulling there. Now we can remove the rubber band. I'm just going to go up to the top, pull up a little bit of slack, bring it up behind the buckle tongue, and let go. Pull it off down there. Now we're ready to start adding strands of cord. We're going to first work on the left and find the end of this piece of cord. We take the end, go through the buckle from front to back, then we come right back out. We want to come out to the right of this strand that we're adding and to the left of the middle strand that's already there. And we pull that all the way through. Just like that. And then we go off to the side, come around from the back of the buckle this time, back to front, and down through underneath that loop. Now before we get that knot too tight, I want to set the tension. I pull this part of the knot right toward the center of the cinch and then pinch here to hold it. Check that my tension is about the same. I want to check right in the middle. If we check up here, you get a false reading. Right in the middle, make the tension the same and then tighten the knot. And then we'll have to straighten that buckle out a little bit. They'll rock from side to side, and you always want to keep them level. Okay, I'm going to tie one more on this side. So I find the end again. Come down to the bottom buckle and go front to back, and then come out to the left of the strand we're adding, to the right of the strand we're adding, to the left of the one that's already there. Pull that all the way through. Then we come around to the side, and from back to front this time, and through the loop. Pull it all the way through. Then we're going to set our tension by pulling this toward the center of the cinch. And get it right and tie that knot good and tight. Make sure the buckles are level. Then we're going to switch to the other side. We'll take this strand of cord, find the end of it, come down to the bottom buckle, go front to back, and come out between the strand that's there and the strand we're adding. Come around, go back to front, and through the loop. We're not tightening it yet, just get it through there. I'm going to set the tension by pulling this loop toward the center. Pull, pinch, test, and tie. Now we're going to go back up to the top buckle again. Go front to back and out between the one that's there and the one you're adding. Pull that all the way through, and come around back to front and through the loop. Tension, add the tension, check to make sure it matches, and then tie the knot. Now I'm going to keep going on this side. I'm going to tie two more knots, one on the bottom buckle, one on the top. And go front to back. Pull that all the way through. You want to make sure it comes out between the strand you're adding and the one that's already there. Then we come around back to front and through the loop. Set the tension, pull, pinch, test, and tie. One more knot. Back up to the top buckle. Front to back and out between the strand that's there and the one you're adding. Come around to the side, go back to front and through the loop. Pull that through. Set the tension by pulling this loop toward the center. Pull, pinch to hold it, test, and tie. Make sure the buckles are level. Now we're going to go back to the strand on the left-hand side. Find the end. Go front to back and out between the strand that's there and the one you're adding. Pull it all the way through. Go around to the side, back to front, and through the loop. Pull that through. Set the tension. Pull, pinch, test, and tie. Now we'll tie a knot on the bottom buckle, front to back, out between the strands, off to the side, back to front, and through the loop. Pull that through, set the tension, pull, pinch, test, and tie. Back to the top buckle, front to back, out between the strands, off to the side, back to front, through the loop, pull that through, set your tension, tie the knot, keep straightening out the buckles as we go. Tie one more down here, front to back, out between the strands, off to the side, back to the front, and through the loop. Pull that through, set the tension, and tie the knot. Back to the right hand strand, down to the bottom buckle, go front to back, come out between the strands, come off to the side, back to front, and through the loop. Pull that through, set tension, test, tie, back to the top, front to back, come out between the strands, go off to the side, back to front and through the loop, pull that through, set your tension, tie the knot, to the bottom, front to back, come out between the strands, off to the side, back to front and through the loop, set the tension, tie the knot, front to back, out between the strands, off to the side, back to front and through the loop, set tension, tie the knot. Now a couple more knots on this side and we're ready to do the end tie off. So we go front to back, out between the strands, come back to front and through this loop, set tension, tie the knot, go front to back, out between the strands, off to the side, come back to front and through the loop, set tension, tie the knot, and then you're going to want to go through here and make sure these knots are lined up pretty nice. Those are already pretty well lined up, and make sure that the strands are coming out side by side and that one is not hanging way back there like that. Want them all side by side coming out of the knot. Same at the top and the bottom.